Now, let me give you another point. A very important point which people today talk is what is when I talked about what is the interview looks at it. I'll tell you one very simple case. Every college has a college emblem. My college, I did my engineering from BITS Pilani, as the presenter did mention. I did it was Dr. Mitali who said, I passed out from BITS Pilani from the year 1968 to 1973. A college had an emblem or a logo or a tagline, whatever you may call that. It said, Jnanam Paramam Balam. That is, knowledge is power supreme. And in college, I should tell our college authorities are great, which people are. They used to tell every first year student, and even during the whole program, in beach mein, they will say, "Ye hai tumhara emblem, Jnanam Paramam Balam." Knowledge is power supreme, because if you have knowledge, you have conquered the world. And we used to be very thrilled. Oh, what a fantastic thing we have tried. We have come here to acquire knowledge. Is that dictum, is that tagline today valid? The same way as it was valid in the year 1968? The answer is no. The answer is no. You may be thinking, what is this man saying that knowledge is not supreme? Yes. I want to slightly modify that. Knowledge is needed. But today the knowledge is available dime a dozen. If today you're going for some interview in a nuclear company and you do not know much about nuclear, just 1 hour before the interview, you go to the Google, you put nuclear energy, and you will get so much information, so much knowledge. So today, what is the situation? Knowledge is available freely. Earlier, knowledge was not available freely. One used to go to the various good colleges where good professors used to teach you. The people used to select colleges depending on who are the teachers there, mind you. So today knowledge is available. Online class, you can get the best teachers from MIT to talk to you, or from Harvard to talk to you. But so what is important today? Application of knowledge is important. Listen to this. Application of knowledge is more important today than the knowledge itself. You may be having a fantastic knowledge, but if you're not applying that knowledge, it's of no use. So what is important for you, particularly management graduates, particularly people who are in the administrative services, people when you go to IAS and all, it's not the knowledge. It is how the application of knowledge is actually applied. So what is important, my dear ladies and gentlemen? How you apply the knowledge, how smartly you apply the knowledge. You would have seen a simple management graduate. You would have seen many management graduates standing in malls. In malls, you go to any of the malls, you'll find young management graduates learning the trade or the tricks from there. It is not just standing there. They get information. Those informations are being, those data are being actually utilized, analyzed, and applied. So many a times you find that, yes, they give a discount from, say, 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Why do they give the discounts 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock? Because you find the footfalls at that particular period is less. So they want to attract. So what is important is knowledge and how that knowledge is applied. So you have a knowledge that 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock, there are less footfalls. And fine, that's knowledge. But if you don't apply that knowledge is of no use. Nuclear power, nuclear energy, you have fantastic knowledge. But if the country does not apply that knowledge correctly for the benefit of the human mankind, and if it applies wrongly, if the application of knowledge is done wrongly, then you know the catastrophe. It can be disaster. So, second point which I wanted to highlight to you is application of knowledge. A third point which I wanted to tell you today is, in the years ahead, in the coming days, it was already there, but it is going to be more. Technology will be the driver of the growth. Without technology, you cannot survive. Technology is such an important aspect without which you become zero. You look at your mothers, many of our mothers may not be very well qualified. But today, They know how to use a mobile phone. They know how to use a Google Pay. They know how to use a WhatsApp. So technology is the actually main driver of growth. You look at small shop, you look at small vegetable vendors sitting there on the pavement. They all have a mobile phone. They all accept payment through Google Pay or any of those payment methodologies. That is the need. So what happens is, in a management graduate, you would have done a BCom all your life, and you would have done an MBA degree. Earlier, without much technology, much technical background, you can survive, you can succeed, you can progress. But not today, not tomorrow. You will need technical knowledge. I'm not saying you have to go for an engineering degree. No, not at all. But you will need a good grasp of technology, a good knowledge what is happening, artificial intelligence that is needed. So what people do, it is not necessary again to go for, oh, I did not know, I did my BCom and what do I do? You can get you can study a lot of courses, a lot of programs. So technology is a very important aspect for you to grow. If you are not tech savvy, my suggestion is start becoming tech savvy, because without technology there is no future. You look at the simple doctors. At earlier date, doctors were not even aware of much technology. Today, most of the doctors, most of the specialists are having equal technical knowledge. They know how to read any of the technical graphs. If it's a scanning machine, they don't repair the scanning machine. No. But they know that this scan or this surgery, they do it. So a robotic surgery is being done. If the doctor does not have a technical knowledge, he cannot do a robotic surgery. So what I wanted to tell you is technology will be the driver of growth. Another thing which will be very important for you is speed. Speed is another very, very important aspect. It all depends. Tomorrow's world is going to be very competitive. Let's accept the fact that tomorrow's world is not going to be, the hunky-dory. You don't expect that, earlier management people or managers, once they finish the degree courses, they go and sit in a cabin and just, boss over people. No. Tomorrow's managers will be like a frontline soldier. They have to be tech savvy. Speed is the only solution for them. If they are slow, they'll be beaten. The world is going to be competitive. Let's be very honest on that. Let's accept it. So speed is another important aspect. I was just looking at the time. A third point which is very important is data. Data is one. What will be your tool? Your tool will be only data. Your tool for your life, and even as the chairman and managing director of 2 or 3 large companies, one of my most important tools for me to take decisions is data. So 2 things is in data. One is the data should be available, and the data should be factual data. Because if it is not a factual or a true data, you cannot, it's of no use. So data is important, accuracy of data is important, and a third point which is important is how you analyze the data. How smart you are in analyzing the data, that is a third aspect which is very, very crucial. A fourth aspect which is there will be automation. This is part of technology only, but still, automation will be there for anything and everything. And you have to really be adept in this automation line of actual life. Your life will be an automated life. You can't avoid it. If you are thinking of avoiding it, you can't survive. Particularly for international students. For you, when you are going globally, the more you know about these 4 points, that is technology, speed, accuracy of data, data analysis, and automation. I think you concentrate on these things, you will have a fantastic future in life ahead of you. Some small other points I have got, I think about 12 minutes or 12 minutes are there. I think there can be some questions if your system provides for it. So these are some of the points which you will need it. What exactly do you think will be your life after 2 years? I think that is an important aspect. You may be either in global companies, you may be in Indian companies. It all depends on what you want. But one thing which I wanted to advise you, some 2 or 3 points for you, irrespective of where you are. One most important thing is, in today's world, there's only one word, and that is excellence. There is no value for very good. There is no value for good. There is no value for anything else. Excellence. If you excel in an area, you succeed. If you don't excel, you never succeed. So, for you to have a successful future, you have to excel. You look at, and anybody can excel. Huh? It is not that only certain people can excel. Anybody, each one of you who are today attending this program can excel in your life. You look at Mahendra Singh Dhoni. What was his background? He was just hardly, I think, not even 12th standard pass. He's from Ranchi. I used to be there in Ranchi. I used to know him well. We all know him as an excellent player, excellent captain, excellent, as people say. His communication has been excellent. He doesn't use words which is not needed. Cool. That is, he is actually a classic example of how you think of achieving excellence, you get it. He got a job as a normal ticket collector. His father was just a pump operator in a public sector company. A ticket collector job would have been a good job for him. But no, not for him. He had his goal set. He had his goal set that he has to excel so well in this world. He has to be one of the best cricket players in this country has ever produced. So that is important. So excellence in whatever you do. You may be having any goal in your life. You may want to be the CEO of a company. You may want to start your own company. You may like to join civil services and become a IFS, a Indian Foreign Service person. You can have any goal, but you have to excel in that. That is one. And how do we excel? What is the way of excelling? To excel in a job, the best and the only way is using the word P. P not for Pillai. P is for practice. 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 Can you name a single player in the world who does not do dedicated practice? Even he becomes the world champion. Usain Bolt, let me take his name once again. Even after becoming the fastest man, did you think that he stopped practicing? No, he continues practice. Look at any of the singers, any of the top singers, be it Lata Mangeshkar from my time or any of the latest singers today, or even like your Dr. Mitali, who's supposed to be a very good singer. What do? They practice. You want to be a good expert, a good doctor, they go on reading, they practice. So what I want to leave, the second message for you is, today, my dear students, that practice, that old English adage is that practice makes a man perfect. People used to know all those English proverbs, English adages, but nobody follows it. But it's a fact. You go on practicing, you will succeed. It is like honing. You go on doing something very good, the finish becomes perfect. So that is the second point which you will require all over your life. It is not that you study 2 years in MBA in this college and what is that for me? No, you can't. The world is changing at such a pace that you can't even keep pace with it until and unless you are totally abreast with the latest thing. Even a simple case like, you would have heard that there's the e-rupee payment scheme has come recently. So all these things are changing at a very fast. So you have to go on practicing. That is the second point which I wanted to. A third point, which I always feel, I was a victim. So that is the reason I'm putting it so, is the fear of failure. I can tell you one thing, the fear of failure is a fear which all of us have. It is inborn. There are very few people who don't think, who are actually away from this fear. All of us have. Simple case. If there is a question, you are in a classroom and a teacher is saying something, teacher explains something, you did not understand. We don't even stand up and say, ma'am, please explain me this again. You don't. Why? Because we are afraid that if I ask these questions, what will happen? Other students will make fun of me. We are afraid of being a target of fun for the other students, and you don't ask that questions. This is the human nature. It is not something different. It's the human nature. I wanted to tell you that this fear of failure, what happens? People may laugh at you. You may ask a funny question, a foolish question. That's okay. You don't know. There is nothing wrong in it. So, in your life, fear of failure, you should remove it. Fourth point, which I wanted to tell you, is part of the same thing. In your life, do you think you'll have a graph like this, career graph like this? No. No. You have seen the snake and ladder? I don't think today's children may be even aware of the Ludo or a snake and ladder. It was that in my time. But if you know about it, you go up, then you fall down, you go up, you fall down. Let me tell you I have got 47 years of experience. One important thing I wanted to tell you. Your professional life will not be a life of just hunky-dory. It will not be roses always. You will have brickbats. You'll actually go up. You'll find frustrated people who you think are not working, who they get over you, they get faster promotions. These things will happen, my dear students. Never get demoralized by that. Never get demoralized by that. I know it's easy to say, but when you are facing that situation, you will say, oh, I want to leave this. I'll resign this job and go away. Never do that. In life, there will be a lot of such setbacks. But if you are strong, if you are committed, and if you know your job well, you will succeed. You will succeed. Nobody can stop your success. Your success yatra can never be stopped. There can be a break in between. A hillock can come, but it will go up. So my advice to you is, in your life, you will have problems. Don't take rash decisions. And the last point which I want, it's almost 11:55, 5 more minutes, a very important point which I wanted to tell you. People ask me, what is your success mantra? First of all, there is nothing called a mantra. There is no mantra for anything. Some Jadugar also used to say all those mantras. Forget all those. There is nothing like mantra. But at the same time, there are certain methods which you apply. Everybody need not apply the same methods. Not necessary at all. But when I am asked this question, as the CEO of the company for almost about 10, 15, 20 years, I was CEO of some 3-4 companies. What is the most important thing? And if I tell you something, don't laugh. It is just honesty and truthfulness. I'm telling you, it is not hi-fi things at all. If people want to, if you want people to respect you, if you want, you should grow up well in your career. 2 things never forget. One is honesty and second is truthfulness. Many times we think that no, if I am a little bit, away from the honesty or away from the truthfulness, I may succeed. You may succeed for that particular portion. But I want to advise you, keep this in mind. It is not a religious sermon. It is not some other sermon I'm giving. I'm giving you a simple management experience. That truthfulness, people, when you are working as a young manager or a young executive, you want your boss to be always truthful to you. You don't want him to just give you some, things, promises which is never achievable. Similarly, when you become the boss, when you may be even a subordinate, you may be an executive, but if you're truthful to your boss, that yes, sir, I did not come yesterday. I felt I could not get up. I was very tired. Nothing wrong. He may suddenly think, what is it? But in the end, he will at least admire that you are truthful. So, ladies and gentlemen, if I have to talk to youngsters like you, it gives me a lot of pleasure. I I would like to transfer a lot of inputs to you. But obviously, for everything there is a time limit. We have a time limit of 1 hour. It's almost 11:58 on my time. We almost spoke to about 55 minutes. We have spoken. It's the 2 years which you are going to spend in this college, and I'm sure you're going abroad also for a year or so, but as part of this program, you have to utilize them. The industry, last point I want to say at least about, when you come out of your college, you get a job. One point which keep it in mind, you should always admire your institution. You should always think that your institution is the best institution. Never get carried away by, there's a management graduate from IIM Ahmedabad is there along with me for the interview. So what will be my fate? Your fate will be in your hand. It is not in the IIM Ahmedabad student's hand. If you do better than him, you will succeed. Second point, in an organization, if I am running an organization, maybe for an entry level, there could be a difference between a college X and a college Y. But once a person enters an organization, the management doesn't look at his past. Management doesn't look at his past. They look, what Swami Chinmayananda used to say, the past is dead. The past is dead. The future is unborn. Everything is present. The present is a present. Then the presence is a present. So it's immaterial from which college your colleagues are there. Only one thing depends on your success: your performance, your performance, your performance. So never have a feeling that yes, I am from this, or there is somebody who has come from a Harvard management graduate. What do you think? No, you are from a very great institute. That is what you should think, and you should perform. That is what it is. In the recent Olympics, 100 meters, nobody imagined the Italian will come. It's 100 meters used to be always either one of those South American countries or US. Okay? But you see this time an Italian has come. That is what. You saw our own case of javelin throw. Never people imagine that an Indian can ever come in a victory for an event like javelin throw. But he beat everybody. So, my dear friends, I want to tell you my last word, parting word in today's talk is your success is in your hands. Your teachers, your 2 years, your others will only give you, the push. The push. You have to, with that push, how fast you go, how accurately you go, how precisely you go and hit the target is in your hands. With these words, I would like to once again congratulate you. I started with congratulations. I'm ending with congratulating you, all the students, that you have chosen an excellent program. You have an excellent career ahead of you. My best wishes to all of you and wish you all success. Thank you. Good luck. God bless you.